Hello there. I'm David A. Specht, and I want to be your coach. If there's anything that I have learned in my 30 plus years of leadership and coaching, I have learned that mindset is everything. Join me and my guests as we explore the positives and negatives of that thing between our ears. This is Keep This in Mind. Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com. I am David A. Specht. It's Monday. And for those of you who do not know, I've been doing a little bit of an experiment lately. I'll get into that later. But have you ever read the book, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber? I did a couple of years ago, listened to it on my Audible, and got super excited because as an entrepreneur, I learned in that book, you don't have to do everything yourself. You learn that you could create systems, and those systems can help the lowest common denominator. You know, you could put anybody into the system, and if they learn the system, they could be productive in your business. I also watched the movie, The Founder, with Michael Keaton. He played the role of Ray Kroc, and the story of McDonald's and how McDonald's got super, super, super efficient in providing food for people. And that was the thing that catapulted them to just astronomical success over time. So all of these things have come to play into my head and in my life. And like I said, when I read the E-Myth Revisited, I was like, we've got to put systems here. We got to do systems there. We want to be able to scale the business and automate and delegate and eliminate all the things that are not serving us or moving the ball down the court, if you will. But then, as of late, I've begun to rethink that a little bit. And let me explain why. I have recently been working for Uber, both on the eats and the driving side. Now, before you jump to any conclusions, I do it twofold. Number one, I do it so I don't spend money. If I need a change of environment, why not go make some money driving around, driving people? It increases my emotional intelligence by meeting people that I've never met before. It helps me learn the area where I live now because I'm driving up and down the street. So there's all these other reasons that I'm doing it. Plus, make a little money as opposed to spending money. But the unexpected lesson. I pick up a lot of people and I take them to work. I also deal with a lot of fast food franchise type establishments when I'm picking up and delivering food and other items. And one of the things that I am learning is that the overall morale of people in service-related fields is extremely low. With the potential exceptions of the places like your Panera Breads, your Chick-fil-A's, etc., most people feel overwhelmed, unappreciated, and just they're doing the bare minimum to get by. I was talking to a young lady just yesterday. She was on her way to an establishment where she's a waitress, and I said, how do you like it? And she's like it. She said, look, my main thing is to become this, which she's going to cosmetology school, but she says, I can't make it on that. So this is my auxiliary income, and it is barely enough to be auxiliary. Plus, we get so swamped, and we are expected to make the salads, greet the people within a minute of them sitting down, make sure their water glass or their drink glass doesn't get below half, all of these things, while managing multiple tables, and she said, and management just stands there. Nobody jumps in and pitches in and helps. And this story is repeated over and over and over again with people that I take to work, with people that I engage. I'll go into a fast food establishment to pick up something and I'll ask, hey, how's your day going? And I'll get the answer. I remember another day this week, I went into an establishment. It was fast food. Pretty much, the routines are there. You could literally see how the system worked. And there's a lady there like this, completely overwhelmed, completely discombobulated. You know why? Because she had no help. And delivery orders are coming in, drive-through orders are in, people are coming up to the front counter, and there's literally like 3 people in the entire kitchen area. And you say, well, David, yeah, but that's because we're all understaffed. And, if they had a full staff, then it would be problem. Well, why are they understaffed? You see, this is the juxtaposition that I keep seeing is that we're understaffed and underpaying that staff. And then on the consumer side of it, consumers don't want to pay any more for fast food or for whatever, the franchised item is because of inflation, and they can't afford it. So there's this whole thing. So I want you business owners, we business owners, you franchisees, let me give you just a little bit of advice, just a few little mindset issues, since this is keep this in mind. Number 1, your employees are not gears or cogs in a machine. No matter how good your system is, they are not robots. They have feelings, they have families, they have things that they bring to work, they have things that affect their job. And as long as your only consideration for them is their number of hours, their productivity, etc., then you're going to get the bare minimum. And can I tell you, the bar for bare minimum keeps getting lower and lower. If you're on the employee side, my advice for you is begin to see the big picture. How can we make things better? And can we make those suggestions to improve the systems? You see, the business owner wants the system so that it doesn't require so much hands-on, because you can't scale hands-on. So how can we improve the system where it has a lot more humanity to it? And number 3, the consumer, you and me. Look, let's begin to acknowledge the fact that it's going to cost more to get better service. The days of the $2.99 Happy Meal are over. If you want this to work, and here's the thing, we all gripe and moan about when we saw that McDonald's has got a completely automated establishment. I think it's in Colorado. Why do you think that is? Because we don't want to pay more for this, and they're not going to pay their employees more for that, and they don't have enough employees. You see how it all is conglomerating? The next thing you know, all your fast food, all your restaurants, all your service-oriented things, they're all going to be vending machines. Now you're losing the humanity altogether. And that is not a world that I want to live in, and I'm sure it's not a world that you want to live in. I'm going to show this real quick. Ron, thank you for your comment this morning. Let me see if I can show it, because I think what you said is extremely important. We have to watch out for each other. This world's not getting any easier to maneuver in. Truer words never spoken. We claim that we care about one another, but does that care extend to the restaurant, to the grocery store, to that Uber driver? At the end of the day, we are all human beings living in this world. Let us begin to look at it not from so much a system standpoint, but from a humanity standpoint. We can turn this around. It just takes a little bit of sacrifice on all our sides. Let's do it, all the way from the top to the bottom, from the CEO to the consumer. God bless. That is going to do it for this episode of Keep This in Mind. For more, visit davidaspect.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you for listening, and remember, applied knowledge is power. God bless.